Hi, welcome to Free Spirit and welcome to the overall weekly going into December 11th. So we're going to tap into the usual 6 decks. I'll give you the spirit messages I've been getting. Even though it's for a date, it's for now and later, and it could be helpful for you in the moment. But then also remember as life happens, because it will be very supportive. And plus, energy is not so finite and fixed, and the spirit message was really repeating a lot of what's been coming through for the whole month of December. It's called like getting into position. So I'm going to read you what I emailed myself earlier about this, and you'll see that it's almost a continuation of a conversation that's been coming through all the readings and messages through the month of December, and even a little few weeks earlier, like prepping for the 2024, like getting you in the right positions. They literally were showing me almost like a field for a sport, like getting into position, getting into the right position, getting you into positions, getting into your positions. You're like ready, set, go, get into your positions. So you could have found like the last few weeks or months, it's really getting, like they said, your head and heart like positioned. So it was 111 on the video when I said that. And this is going into December 11th, the 11th, where I always think of it is, just awake and connected, and they kind of positioned you for growth and for results. So wherever you were wavering in your head and heart, it's like putting you in the right position for growth and results. So going into 2024 and during this time, they were calling it like getting into your positions now for 2024, for growth, for results. Like the thoughts that you could be thinking at this time or should be, and you'll be guided to, and why they had really pay attention to all your using your divine senses at this time will help you navigate this. But where are you headed? What is your direction, right? What's your focus? What are you building up in your life? And also setting stronger foundations now to build up on. So it's getting really clear, like what are the goals you want to reach? What will take you there, really? Really, what is logical, realistic, what can be reached, and what makes the difference? Applying and adjusting yourself to better ways to max your growth and results this year. It can feel like, seriously, it can feel like an education in some ways, like a divine education is what I always say, and what it takes to get there. At this vantage point, where you are right now, at this vantage point, with what you really see now that works and what doesn't work, and what are the real possibilities when you tweak accordingly to that knowledge. And remember, and I love this part, remember you're brilliant, you're hardworking with tenacity. And then I looked up the word tenacity. It's literally determination and perseverance. It's getting into position yourself for growth and results. So this could be a very realistic, logical, what do you want to accomplish? What does it take to get there? Looking at things that maybe to this point you were very distracted or didn't have the time to really look at. Or now at this vantage point with what you know now today, what is the most realistic, logical way to achieve your growth, your results that you want to see in 2024. And some of it could be very different from what you thought last year, right? Sometimes we think certain directions or certain situations are the answer or the way. And it's clear, it's this vantage point now. How can you tweak yourself accordingly that's going to max your growth and results? It's getting into position. Getting into your positions now. So we were seeing that repeated message. That was it. That was the message. But we've been seeing it supporting your work, your efforts. And it's going to take your work, your efforts, your focus, your direction. But you're going to be amazed like what your growth and results can be when you apply yourself like that. So it's different for everyone. So I'm not going to give specific examples on that, but what that might spur up in you. You could feel like they kind of reposition your head and heart so you're in your position. And this has been coming out for a number of weeks now. So that was a repeating message. And also the spirit message tip right before this was about using all your divine senses in life. And not many people will even see that video. Sometimes I feel very discouraged with what I put out because it's kind of like a dark abyss. But you just use your divine senses is really going to be part of your navigation system, and that's part of your divine education, where you're just going to be receiving a lot of aha moments of what's the right direction, where should you be focused. That's a big thing. And I just find that miraculous in itself, because this world is geared to pull away from your energy, pull your focus and your direction away from you, right? Like, people are capitalizing on that. Like right now, if I got distracted by something, it's taking me away from what I should be doing. So I really do think it's divine focus, divine direction, and just staying really connected. And just like this is going to the week of the 11th. It's something about that. Like, they kept on saying that autonomously, directly. What are you doing? What are you focused on? What's your direction? What are you building? And they could really be helping you on laying down a really stronger foundation and building up on, and what do you want to build up in 2024? And it's through your effort, your work, your tenaciousness, if that's a word. Yeah, and that's between you and divine, or you, or what you believe in. But it's not, you're going to be amazed, like, where you're positioned is going to give you greater results. So just pay attention with what you get directly. And what I'm sharing too is, sometimes we have an idea, like, if you spoke to me last year, I would have thought it was here, but now I see it's here, right? Or rather here. So it's kind of like they reposition your head and heart. And like, the things that I mentioned just now could land for you, and maybe not. Maybe you have other things that they educated you on. But either way, whether I mention it or not, it's getting you in a better position for greater growth and greater results. Think about they were almost showing me like a tree or a plant in a vase or in a planter. And if it's over here, but the sun is really over here, it's repositioning you where you can max the growth because of what you'll meet along the way. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. It's really, think of yourself as a flower, which is an analogy they always make. They're positioned you for the max growth, right? The max, like almost if you put a planter in better sun or in better soil. So it's getting into position, and position is like an umbrella term for many different things. So this is all to support your growth and better results. So pay attention to what you get, like I quote unquote say, like, divinely or directly, and trust what you get. And also just from the vantage point of what you know now. And this is being very, I can't understand enough, very realistic, logical, grounded. This is not pie in the sky, right? This is things that you can really achieve, your goals. What is it going to take? And then that level of believing in yourself, that you have the strength, the tenacity, you're brilliant. In one of the messages we had, you are smart. So yeah, it's all of that and more. So we're going to get into it, but that was everything. And since I'm not doing as many videos, I just want to share as I get it. And you can feel that this is ongoing, or it has been playing out for the last couple of weeks and going to extend more as we go into 2024. But it's getting into your positions. In the best way. All right, so we're going to tap into the archangel messages. We're going to tap into the energy we're dealing with. We're going to tap into the goddess guidance, what to surrender to make it easier, messages from heaven, loved ones passed down, and our guardian angels. We'll end it with. Definitely check out the first pinned comment, whatever the length of this video is. I'll put the angel number message. Go on to that website, get the angel number message that supports everything that comes out. And most of all, don't discount anything you get directly, any aha moments, besides what I say. And so let's clear out and just get ready to receive what they want to bring forth for the week of the 11th for the journey. So let's see. We're tapping into the archangels for messages for the journey, and then we'll tap into the rest. Okay, so this is for December 11th. And I wish you all the best. Happy holidays as we go into a new year and all the holidays. Okay, so let's get into it. Messages for December 11th that want to come through from the archangels for the journey. What do they want us to know and hold in our minds and hearts, besides all I said? Okay, here's Ace of Ariel and Knight of Raphael. Again, moving in your heart space, right? And also Ace of Ariel is all the divine things that are coming in the physical for you, new things. And this could be things to do, projects, work, and everything else. So the three here is moving from your heart space on the new things that the divine is bringing in for you in the physical, and get to work. You can't make this up, that the angels are positioning you, and it's from your efforts, your hard work. So it's definitely, again, it's a repeating message. They're supporting your work, what you're focused on, and they're literally pointing to what you should be focusing on and what you should be working on. And this is for now, and it's going to you're going to be moving on it well into December and into a new year, I just have to say. But it's moving on things that are aligned to you. You're fully illuminated, which reminds me of why I said there's significance with 11. It's being lit and moving forward from your heart space and all the things that the divine is bringing in for you in the physical. So quite literally, it's your lucky day. There are new resources of money, time, support, change in job or promotion. You're moving from your heart space. We're always getting Raphael cards of what to embody at this time. Remember, we kept on getting the Queen of Raphael. Well, now you're getting the Knight of Raphael. So they are keeping you very much linked to your heart space, linked to them. Your heart is linked to them, right? And it's linked to the highest levels. So you're moving forward here on probably what you're getting, right? And this is talking about being swept off your feet, situations or topics that make your heart flutter. You're following your heart at this time with the things that are coming in on the physical, and get to work on them. And your angels and divine are supporting you to stay focused and lit, doing the work. This is from your efforts, your hard work, your determination. They want you to remember, like they said in the spirit message, that you are brilliant. And look, there's a light here. You're brilliant. And filled with tenacity, hard work, perseverance, your efforts. They said, take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. But they are keeping you very much focused on your work, your efforts, and keep moving. It's 11:11 on the video when I said that. It's been a repeating message. It's through your hard work, your efforts, and they're supporting you with new things. Now, this could be work, projects, things like that, but you're moving from your heart space and doing the hard work, right? And this is this is carrying you through. Like they said, it's your hard work paying off. Let's get the energy. Your hard work. They're just having you focus on your work and your hard work. Whatever you're doing in the physical that's coming in. Yeah, it's all landing for the 8 of Ariel. The energy is landing, supporting you in your efforts, your hard work, what you're doing in the physical right here. Angel of balance. Keep your balance and door to personal healing and happiness. Your work, your efforts, and going from your heart space and what the divine is bringing in is literally having you go through doors of healing and personal happiness, literally. And so that's the work, like getting into position and moving forward on those things that are bringing you more happiness, more healing in your life. It's almost like portals, right? But what I'm telling you is that for the last couple of weeks or whatever, they've been getting you in this position and doing the work so that you are going through these doors. So whatever, you're getting a move on those things that are actually opening up doors to more happiness for you, doors to more healing for you. It's hard work. It's through your hard work. This is not just like, an angel of balance is when she's focused on, see the glass of water in there? She's highly intuitive, first of all, divinely connected, but you're holding your emotions in check and keeping your balance as you're doing the work, which is a tall order. Angel of balance is keeping your balance in, keeping your energy in check. She's the one, I love this card so much. See the illumination? She's completely intuitive. And here are all the emotions that she's focused on staying balanced as she does this. So that is such an inner work, staying completely balanced as you're going forward and doing the hard work here. But what I'm saying is what the spiritual education was, or what they're positioning you for, are literally going through doors to personal healing and happiness, more of it. So what is that for you, right? What are you working towards? What is your heart having you move on that is actually like bringing you through doors to healing and happiness? The divine is helping you to bring more in. Now, this could even just be spiritual insight. This could be the actual work, the projects and things to work on that are going to do this for you. Get a move on those, because this is what's going to pay off for you in 2024. Like, this is going to carry you well beyond just this week is what I'm getting from this. And you're also learning the importance of keeping your balance as you're doing the work, as you're going forward through these doors to personal healing and happiness. But this card reminds me of that. And I was just about to say that divine education, that spiritual education, 3 + 4 = 7. They're positioning you to go through these doors. And it's, what is the hard work and what is the focus, determination that it takes to do it? That's what I'm getting from this. And how to do it is in a balanced way. keeping your balance. And that's a tall order, what I'm getting from this card, with everything that's happening on the big stage, small stage, to keep your balance. That's a divine work in action as well. Let's get the goddess guidance. But this is supporting you on so many different levels to go through more doors to personal healing and happiness, and the work that it takes, right? Listening and following your heart and grabbing everything that comes in. It was 144. It's like the building blocks that come in that you're getting a move on and doing the hard work that's actually opening up doors, and you're going through doors of personal healing and happiness and supporting yourself as you do the work with better balance. So that is quite a level of spiritual education, or positioning you for better growth. What do they say? Positioning you for better growth and results, that you're going through these doors now. And what does that take? What's the work that takes? It's outer work, taking the projects and what's handed to you, staying focused and knowing your direction. You're going through here, but the inner work also of keeping your balance. And what does that take? Yeah, I mean, they're like, keep up the good work, because you're going through doors of personal healing and happiness. And this is your new position, right? It's like, I don't know what to say. Boundaries. Yeah. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. You do not want to be pulled away from the work that you're doing. They're pointing, stay focused, stay lit. Do the work. You're going to have proper boundaries also to keep your balance and continue doing the work. Now, like I said, that's a tall order. You know where you're going through these doors. You're going to need proper boundaries on the big stage, small stage, to retain your balance and keep doing the work. You're going to have to say no sometimes to other people's demands on your time and energy. Very much like I said, anything that's pulling you away from going through these doors. Like I said, right now, if I'm doing this reading, I'm getting bombarded with text, emails, everything that's pulling away from my focus, my energy, my litness, if that's a word. You're going to have proper boundaries. And that could have been a very spiritual education directly, why they said use your divine abilities. Where can you have stronger boundaries? Stay lit, do the work, love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. Your energy is divine energy that's needed for this work, and to stay balanced, because you're moving forward on new things, or things in your life that are actually bringing you through doors to personal healing and happiness. So have those proper boundaries. It's assuring you going through, right, these doors. It's just so clear, but it extends beyond the week is what I'm saying, but it could become clear to you. That's where you're going. And the boundaries that are necessary, and the balance that's necessary to stay focused, keep doing your work, so that you're going through these continuously. You see that kind of thing? Like, he's armored on there. And here's boundaries. You're having the right boundaries and balance, doing the work, going through new doors of personal healing and happiness. And yeah, so yeah, surrender comparisons with other people. Remember, they said, remember, you're brilliant. Remember, you're doing the hard work. You're brilliant, tenacious, whatever that word is. Do not even have boundaries with comparing yourself to other people, because that's what the world's set up for. This is taking your power back. What's your personal healing and happiness, that you have the proper boundaries, you stay focused and do the work. It's you. You don't have to compare yourself to anybody. Stay balanced here. It says keep your you can't make this up. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Look how it's pointing on yourself. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. Focus, focus, focus. Don't get pulled away with comparisons with other people, or even distracted with other people. This is focusing on you, your work, your energy, all of this, your own strengths, attractiveness, power. Have those proper boundaries here, because it's helping you to go through doors of personal healing and happiness. Maybe you are too much expending your energy out to other things, other people, other situation. It's taking your power back and staying focused and doing the work in a balanced way, in a better boundaried way, seizing all the things that the divine is giving you, whether it's the work, the ideas, the projects, or anything that's literally having you go through more doors of personal healing and happiness. And it's going to be an inside out job. And you're just going to find like it's getting you in position to go through more doors to personal healing and happiness, and doing that work. And you're doing that work. And it's really beautiful. So you could feel that they've helped you with the proper boundaries. They've helped you with keeping your balance, staying focused on yourself. That's a very big thing. Like they said, everybody's pulling away or demanding your time and energy 24/7. Right? So it's staying focused and making sure that you're doing the work, and you know that you're doing great work. Now, work can be in your personal or your work, but they're telling you you're doing great work. Retain your balance, proper boundaries. You're going through doors to personal healing and happiness by this work. And this work entails work inside and out is what I'm getting, is why I'm repeating that. So keep moving from your heart space, doing the work, because you're propelling yourself through doors to personal healing and happiness. Retain your balance and proper boundaries. This is about loving yourself, right? You don't have to give, your intuition is strong and we are reaching out to help. Exactly why they had me post that spirit message tip about using all your divine abilities. This is the divine, like angels, love, support, backing, your spirit guides, loved ones passed on, all those in spirit forms at your back, love, support, backing as you're doing the work here. They said use all your divine senses, not just your sight, those 5 senses that they were talking about, because you'll feel the love, support, backing as you're doing the work. Everything that I mentioned here is kind of like an inside out job. You're going to be getting a lot directly. Your intuition is strong. We're reaching out to help, especially as you're doing your work or figuring things out. How are you kind of improving your boundaries and your balance as you're doing the work to go and create more personal healing and happiness? Now going into a new year, your intuition is so strong and they're reaching out to help you as you do this. Now there could be new things coming in the physical for you to grab, and also what you're getting directly. They're reaching out to help. They want you to know that as you're going through these doors, they're reaching out to help. That is the number 1. So your divine intuition is really strong. Just like in this card, like I said, I was really amazed with the illumination on her crown and the moon, and it's helping to keep you in balance. I don't know how to explain. I will explain this. When you're in the physical here, to stay connected, like they said in the very beginning, 11 reminds me of being awake and connected. She's connected. You're connected as you're doing the work. You're lit and connected. Your intuition is strong, that they're always there reaching out to help you. Now you can get divine ideas. They're helping you to keep your balance. They're helping you to figure this out. They're helping you understand how to have better boundaries and keep your balance. What does it take? What are you grabbing to go through doors of personal healing and happiness? Getting a move on that. They're helping you. Your intuition is really strong. It's helping you on the inside out to have the proper boundaries and balance and do the work here and do what it takes to have personal healing, happiness, go through those doors with better boundaries and balance doing the work. I just love this reading so much, but I do feel that it's beyond December 11th. Like this is the momentum that this is, you're riding this into, like this is your focus. Like they said, do the work and focus. Like they are having you embody this as you're going through these doors into a new year. And this time around, you're going to have better boundaries and better balance, and your intuition is off the charts. So they're having, it's like support 2222 on the video when I just said that. It's divine support for that. Your partners, what I always say, your divine partners to help you with this. Divine, 3 + 4 is 7. So it's divine support for this. Divine support for this. For your personal healing, happiness, and in a better way. Like setting the foundations in a better way with better boundaries and balance and doing the work and moving on those things. And your intuition is helping you. It's helping you with the divine support. You hear the honk? Oh, the synchronicities were amazing on this video. Every time I said something, the timer on the video, I said divine support, it was 2222. When I was talking about 11, it was like 111. I mean, what I'm saying is you're going to feel that as you're doing the work here. You're going to feel things come in the physical, this Ace of Ariel that's helping you, that's actually giving you what you need to ride through more doors of personal healing and happiness. And it's been like a spiritual education. Your intuition is really strong. They're reaching out to help. You're also being equipped with better balance and boundaries to almost like assure your ride into this. Let's end it with guardian angel messages. Well, they're getting specific. Guardian angel messages to support us going through doors to personal healing and happiness, doing that work. Better boundaries and balance. How beautiful. I could almost tear up with the level of support that really is. And I feel like, yeah, positive change. The work you're doing is for these positive changes. I mean, I couldn't get more clear. I said they were waiting to get to a specific card to know that all your work, staying lit and focused on your work, is creating those positive changes. And there's such a level of divine support. Like this time going into, they're positioning you in your mind and heart, and with the work that you're doing with better boundaries, better balance, that you're assuring you're going through these doors, you're working hard on these positive changes. They're telling you, and this is the energy they're feeding you to make this possible. They're encompassing it all right here. Dare to be different. And when you are criticized, remember that you will never please everyone. Many brilliant, like they kept on saying, you are brilliant. They're feeding you this all day long because a lot of what you're doing, the work is solo. I don't care if you're surrounded by people, you interact with people all day long. Your work in the private is solo, right? So they're feeding you this divine energy as you're doing the work for positive changes here in your life going forward. To dare to be different. And when you are criticized, remember that you will never please everyone. Many brilliant and gifted individuals were not fully appreciated or understood in their own lifetime, yet it is often they who have sown the seeds of change. And that I have chills, because what you were doing, they're applauding your efforts. They're keeping you in the right position to do that with better boundaries and better balance, that they're feeding you that energy that you're brilliant, right? To stay focused on that, to continue that, because you're planting the seeds for positive change. You're going through the door to personal healing and happiness. And they're saying many brilliant, gifted individuals were not fully appreciated or understood in their own lifetime. Yet it is often they who have sown the seeds of change. And your work that you're doing is sowing the seeds. So that is what they're saying. So they're divinely helping you to keep better balance in this crazy, chaotic world. They're helping you have better boundaries in this crazy, chaotic world. They're making you move, like a link to your heart, making those moves and focus on that work, knowing it is leading to personal happiness, personal health, healing and happiness, right? And the divine is supporting you with new things to work on and do. So that's like your level of support and where they're keeping you well beyond this week. But they're making this very clear. This is also surrender comparisons to anyone else. They're the ones that are helping you, right? They're saying you're brilliant, you're gifted, you're connected. So very much so, they're equipping you to work on these positive changes that are actually having you go through these doors. Whatever is the work you're doing that's creating more of this feeling of going through these doors of more personal healing and happiness, they are keeping you lit and doing the work, right? Because that's what they're saying. It's that work and staying in that balance and that having those proper boundaries and just staying lit and focused that you're creating that, right? So that's something to hold on to, and it's going to be clear to you besides this reading. Like they're feeding you this energy, even if you don't even see this reading. They're keeping you lit and focused on your work and keeping you linked to your heart as you make your moves. And somehow divinely you're understanding that this work is going to pay off, even if you're not getting that in the physical. Right? Because they're saying, dare to be different. Don't even pay attention to others has been a repeating message. You don't need to be understood or appreciated. You're sowing seeds. You're doing the work regardless. So there's something like they said in another reading, autonomously, directly, this. They're helping you to do this. And you know this because your intuition is off the charts. They're reaching out to help. So you're being guided and getting all of this. And that's what they're supplying you as you do the work here. So I wish you the best for this week going forward, getting into position for 2024, the work you're doing that's going to be carrying you through these new doors. Oh my gosh, beautiful. I wish you the best. Take care. Bye-bye.